What's up, cool kids? FD White. Welcome back to the channel. So today was Liberation Day here in America, and I just checked my portfolio, and I must say I do not feel liberated. But a lot of people, well-respected people, are saying it's good. A lot of well-respected people are saying it's bad. So what is FD going to do? FD is going to be a critical thinker. I'm gonna do my own homework, do my own research, my own due diligence, and I'm going to let it play out. You know, sometimes you gotta let these things play out and let these things, let the cards fall as they may. So that's what we're gonna continue to do. Like I said, this is the Crypto Crunch. I go by FD White. Welcome back. We're gonna jump right into it. So the first and most important thing that happened today was the reciprocal tariff, Liberation Day here in America, which it was deemed to be called. So it's a full list of countries. We're not going to go through each country, but one or two notable things that I didn't see on here were Canada and Mexico not being on this reciprocal tariff list. So they do have tariffs already slapped on them, like 25%. They have auto tariffs, and they have different tariffs for different items, you know, specific items, but they're not on this reciprocal tariff list. So I guess that's pretty good. That's some good news in the, you know, in the grand scheme of things when it comes to these other countries. But there's definitely a full list. So basically what happened was, if you charge the United States 50%, we're charging you half, so 25%. So you can go through the list. You see Vietnam 90, we're charging 46, Taiwan 64, 32, 46, 24, 52, 26, so on and so forth. So that's one thing that may happen, or this is one thing that may happen. These countries may start getting squeezed so hard with these tariffs that they're going to either bring their tariffs down or eliminate them altogether. So we'll see if these high tariffs on them now will make them either bring their tariffs down or, you know, eliminate them altogether. So one or two things that I'm seeing is Trump is making these tariffs so they can bring their tariffs down or eliminate them. And of course, he's trying to bring more money, more manufacturing, more jobs, more things created here in America. So I can't blame him for that. But dang, my portfolio was looking terrible. It was doing better. You know, we'll go to the chart, we'll look at Bitcoin. But then, you know, once he started talking, maybe about 30 minutes into his speech, he pulled that list out, and then it just started tanking. So we'll see. Like I said, we won't be listening to the herd. We won't be listening to our you know, well, we will kind of, but we'll be doing our own due diligence on top of listening to these other people's key opinions. We always want to do your research, always want to do your own due diligence. I'm going to keep pounding that in the dirt when it comes to just anything, when it comes to investing and when it comes to trading. So here is some good news before we get back to the bad news, which is the charts. We don't want to, that chart looking real bad, but it's all good. I think we'll get a bounce soon, but some good news before we start. Fidelity lets investors directly invest in crypto through their new IRA plan. So it says, client of the brokerage firm has increasingly voiced his interest in a tax advantage way to trade and hold crypto. So Fidelity just announced this. I think it was yesterday or early today. And it was saying financial advisors are showing an increased interest in crypto, with most leaning towards crypto equity exposure, according to a survey by TMX Verify. So you will be able to, on Fidelity, they offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin to any U.S. citizens over the age of 18, and the assets are custodied by Fidelity Digital Assets and held in a cold wallet. So we're not going to talk about that too much, but this is something every day or every few days. We always are getting something of a small piece of adoption. This is good. We're always getting something of an adoption from a big company, a big entity, a big country. So this is just going on the long list of things that we've been talking about over the past. It's been a couple years. It's been about a year now of just good news. Like, even if we've been getting these dumps, when we've been getting these ebbs and flows to the downside, we've been getting good news, good adoption from these companies. So I think that's going to continue. But right now, risk assets are definitely having a hard time. And speaking of that, let's now go over to the chart. And this was a weird, interesting day today in the crypto market. Bitcoin, around, what time was this? Around 12 midnight. As soon as 12 o'clock hit, so this is on a 4 hour. So I guess it'll be what, 12 to 4, between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. Eastern time. We got a nice scam wick from about 84.5 all the way down to about our lows at about 81. We talked about these lows over in the Telegram. We said, be looking out to come touch these lows. This had to be manipulation. Like, I feel like they kind of knew they were going to take it down, to take it up, to bring it back down. Like, I'm not one to always claim manipulation, but sometimes when you look at these things and you see how these price action or how this price action is moving, you have to kind of scratch your head. So we did go down to our area of about 81,000, about 81.2, and then we got that reclaim of this upward trend line. We've been killing these trend lines. We've really been liking these trend lines as of late. So I've been looking on usually like the hourly, but if we have enough information, we can build it on the 4 hour. But if we go to the hourly, we can see like we just came down, bounce, lost it. But this was like that scam wick, came up, retest, reclaim, bounce. Then we came all the way up and we started hitting our head over on resistance a little bit over 88K. We never seem to create a higher, or we just created another lower low. So this is coming from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then basically we just created another, we basically got rejected right off those Thursday and Friday highs, with that Thursday high coming in around that 88K level. We wicked up all the way to about 88.6. But then, like I said, once those that tariff list came out, everything started to get rejected and everything started to go down. So right now we are getting a small bounce. We got to see how we react around this 83.5 level, this 83.5K level. Possibly, I mean, overnight, we have the Asia session, so we can come up, possibly hit our head here. And, I'm expecting to possibly come back down to these levels again. We had these 1, 2, 3 touches. And usually what do we say? The more touches we start hitting on a support or resistance level, the weaker it becomes. So hopefully we don't break down. We do have those levels. We have a level coming in at about 79.5, and then we do have a level coming in at about 78K as well. And then, like I said, we have our lows. I think those were like 70. Let's see, what's this? 76.8. So as long as we're above this 76.8, we don't want to start taking out this low. We start taking out this low, we're going to go make our way to our macro trend line, which is coming in at about 75K now, which in the grand scheme of things is still not too bad. We still just want to hold that 69 to 70K area, which is our 2021 all-time high. So we're going to continue to monitor that. But for the most part, I'm kind of nervous as to how the market is going to open tomorrow. We've been correlated to the NASDAQ pretty much these past few weeks. The NASDAQ overnight is down, 3.7%. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. We got the S&P 500 futures down 0.7. And then we have the US 30, which is the Dow futures down 1.07. So Bitcoin usually does or has been following the NASDAQ. Really, the correlation has been really high. So I don't know if this is going to last, this 83.3 is going to last if these if these NASDAQ futures keep bleeding like that and then keep bleeding once we go into market open tomorrow. So I am being a little bit cautious. We expected, a lot of people thought this stuff was baked in. A lot of people thought all these tariffs were baked in. A lot of people thought we already know these 25% tariffs. We probably have some universal tariff of about 10%. It was worse than we thought. It was definitely worse than we thought. So this is why we're getting a dump. Now we have Jerome Powell. They can't cut. Like, this is where we're all championing and we're all hoping for rate cuts and quantitative easing, things like that. They could do it, theoretically, but I don't see why they would do it. With these tariffs, a lot of people saying these are going to be very inflationary for the consumer, for the United States consumer. Then we have, we just had like some type of job data come out that was better than expected. So they're going to come out and keep saying the economy is resilient. The economy is still stronger than they predicted, and they don't have a reason to cut rates. The only reason that they would have to cut rates is if something broke, or, behind the scenes, of course, they have to roll over all this debt, a lot of debt that's being rolled over from these short-term debt that the United States bought. So these have to be rolled over into higher debt interest rates. So that'll be one of the reasons why they could potentially, start to cut, but they would have to have some excuse. It would have to be some type of black swan, some big fall in the stock market. A little 10-12% not going to work. We need like 20-25% in the stock market from the highs to start to get worried. And I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there yet. We probably got. Let's just actually look and see before we get out of here. Let's look and see where the Nasdaq is at. So we're a little over, but let's see where the Nasdaq is at, and then we'll get up out of here. So on the weekly, let's take it from highs to where we are now, and this is on the futures. So I think this is a new low. I think we're coming in. This may be a new low. My computer is laggy right now, so boom. Let's take it from the high here to where we are now, about 15%. So another 5% down, maybe we'll start to get worried, but I don't think, a lot. I hear the word stagflation being thrown around. I hear the word recession being thrown around. I hear the word, these tariffs being thrown around. Like I said earlier in the video, a lot of well-respected people saying this is good. A lot of people, well-respected people in the space or in the, economics saying tariffs are bad. So do your own homework. Do your own due diligence. Protect your capital. This is not an ego, swing your balls out type thing. Make sure you are doing what's good for you. Make sure you are doing what's good for your portfolio, for your family, and make sure you're doing your own homework and your own due diligence and not wholeheartedly listening to anybody. A lot of this stuff can be confusing. A lot of this stuff can be hard to understand, to conceptualize. But if you've been watching the markets over the past 3-4 years, the top economists have been wrong. The top people in the government have been wrong. So if you get a few things wrong, just look at it that way. Everybody gets things wrong. The main thing is protecting your capital and protecting yourself and protecting your family in these uncertain times. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is FD White. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Appreciate everybody for watching. It's crunch time. I think I'm gonna start saying that. It's kind of corny, but I like it. Thank you for watching the Crypto Crunch. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.